Hello everyone, Mimo Kristof here. This video is just a quick update on air layers that I started air layering process on over 4 months ago now. I could see for a while that the roots were formed on a couple of the branches that I air layered, but I couldn't just get to cut them off and plant them in the ground because I had way more important things to do. But today is the day, and together we are going to check on the state of the air layers, and if there's roots, we're going to plant them in the ground. Just a reminder, if you don't want to watch the video from 4 months ago, these air layers were done on the branches of the trees that were originally themselves air layered from this Chinese cork bark elm. So here I am with these air layers, and I could see right away that one of them didn't make it and it dried out. What a pity. But the other 6 branches seem to be okay, so now it's just a matter of finding out if there's enough roots on every one of them to be planted in the ground. Here you can see that the branches that were originally continuation of the trunk thicken up significantly at the area where the branch was air layered, and that's pretty cool. So let's cut off the first branch. As to these plastic balls for air layering that I used for the first time, you really have to put a lot of tape around them because just by themselves they wouldn't hold together. And as the branch is getting thicker over the air layering area, the sides of the plastic ball are moving away from each other and it's opening. So one time I had to put some more substrate into this plastic ball and tied it together with a lot of plastic tape. Am I gonna use them next time? I'm not sure. I must just as well use the plastic bags. So let's cut the rest of them. So we've got 5 of them that survived on these 2 trees, and it looks like we've got roots on every single one of them. Just look at how magnificently the trunk thickened up over the air layered area compared to the bottom of the branch. Just like that, you got great material for bonsai creation for basically nothing. I was curious about this branch on a 3rd tree that doesn't seem to have any new roots formed there, but the branch is still alive. I'm going to cut it anyway, and when I disassemble the air layered part, I will see if there's any roots at all. Cool, so it seems like we're lucky, and there are eventually some roots even on this 6th branch. They were on the bottom part of this air layering ball, so I couldn't see them before. And now it's time for a little rest and a quiet time with the coffee. Or not. So I got holes in the ground ready, and at the bottom of every hole there is a roof tile, and that's great for when you want to dig up the tree. You can put it into the pot right away because the roots won't grow downwards but horizontally around the trunk instead. Now I'm going to open the plastic ball gently. I'm not going to spread the roots now because they would most likely fall off. They are very gentle, and if I did anything with them now, they would probably be torn off the trunk. I am just going to gently cut the remaining original branch from underneath the root ball. And when I'm planting it, I want to introduce some movement into the trunk right away. I'm not going to keep this whole branch that has over half meter, because these new roots might not be able to support it. So I will cut somewhere here, and I will have movement right away here. And then I will continue to grow this tree from this bottom branch. As this branch is going to grow for a couple of years in the ground, I'm not worried about this cut healing up. So for now, I'm keeping it as it is, and I'm going to plant it here, like this. Later on, I will put a wooden stick by the trunk, and I will tie this tree to the stick so it doesn't move. Now I will continue with another branch. I'm going to open it gently, but first of all I will remove this tape. I'm going to open it up gently. And I don't see many roots on this side. And the other side is just going to probably stay in the plastic ball. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. There's just a few little roots around here, and the most of the roots stayed in this plastic ball, and there weren't too many of them, so this branch probably won't make it. Anyway, I'm going to put it in the ground and hope for the best. Nah, I don't think it will make it. This was the last branch that I separated from that third tree. There were just a few roots underneath the branch, and they were very fragile. I bet that you are most interested to see how this thickest branch look like. So let's have a look together. So this time I'm going to cut the unnecessary branches first. This here is pretty thick. If I kept this, it would be already too long and too straight. So I need to cut it here, and I'm going to cut off this branch as well. I can cut off this branch with this. And I need bigger ones for separation of this thick branch, trunk, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to put it to grow in this angle. There's quite a lot of roots that you could guess already from the trunk thickening. Fortunately, the plastic ball is coming off nicely. Now let's hope for the other side. Yeah, it's separated okay. So quite a lot of roots around here. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to plant it like this. And the next one. And it's still holding up. I gently ease it out of the plastic ball. And we can see nice roots on this side and not that many on this one. So this is how it looks like. And again, I'm going to plant it on this roof tile. Two more to go. First of all, I'm going to cut it again. I learned my lesson. And this time I'm going to keep a little bit more of the lower trunk. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut off the unnecessary branches from the bottom of the trunk. I won't need these. Now I'm going to cut off not too bad. When it comes to removing these plastic balls and trying to keep as many roots as possible, I think it will be easier with the plastic bag than this ball. Are there any roots? Well, not many, for sure. There is something here. Some small, tiny roots. Well, I'm not having my hopes high for this one as well. But there are some roots anyway, so I will hope for the best. And here I am with the last one that also has nice white base. And it's already cracking and looking super cool. There are some nice roots on this side, few of them on this side as well. So now I will keep one of these branches, or just to be safe, I'm gonna keep a couple of them, and only later I will decide which ones I will keep. So this one is looking pretty cool. For now I am just keeping it as it is, and when it survives next year I'm going to decide which branch will I continue to grow, which one of them survives, I guess. So there are some nice roots, so I'm trying not to remove them when I'm cutting off this side. And I will cut the other one as well, just to be sure. that it's not holding it together in here, and at the bottom I will remove all this plastic tape holding it together so it won't fall apart. And now I will gently ease off the plastic ball, and yes, it looks like we will keep this. And the other side is coming out as well nicely. Oh, cool. So very cool little root ball. I'm going to cut the bottom of the trunk and I'm going to bury it as it is. All right, and here they are, planted in the ground at last. And as much as I would love to cut off the remaining trunk, maybe halfway through that straight section, I'm not going to do it now, and I'll wait for the growing season when the wounds will heal quicker and there is lesser chance of a dieback. And this is the remaining trunk on the second tree. This is absolutely perfect material for bonsai creation. I will probably cut it above this branch and it will have amazing movement then. Okay, so thanks for watching again, and I'm going to wrap up this video by this field maple Acer campestre that is in training since spring of 2016 when I collected it, because on Monday it's leaving for Spain. So I wish it all the best, and may the new owner have fun with it and enjoy this tree.